I want to come up.
Yeah. Should we have all the board members back with us, please?
You want Duncan?
Yeah.
Hey, Duncan.
Duncan, Michael, please.
I got my remarks written down right here. I'm gonna.
You better not. Hey, but that's okay.
Got the mayor's remark.
Hey, I have a member of parliament. It's very short.
Good morning, everybody, and thank you for coming out to the oldest inland city in South Carolina, where freedom was won. Right here. This was the center for the Southern headquarters during the Revolutionary War. More battles were fought in South Carolina than the rest of the country combined. This is where freedom was won. You're standing on that dirt. And equestrian and ecotourism has been a big part of this oldest inland city for hundreds of years. It was through this town where Andrew Jackson once rode his horse. Unfortunately, the British caught him and put him in a brig. Theodore Roosevelt came down here, and we're here today to announce the return of the Super Bowl of steeplechase.
Yes.
And we're going to bring it back, and we're going to bring it back better than ever. The equestrian community drives about $2 billion into the South Carolina economy every year. It's a big part. It's a cornerstone of our community here. We have our county, our city, the race directors here. But what I can tell you is that we're working collaboratively together, and we see this as a wonderful opportunity to drive economic development here through our trails, the addition of the Palmetto Trail, our beautiful river. And now with this race coming back, we're going to highlight this with one of the world's best steeplechase races. So here's Toby Edwards, our director, a famed jockey himself from London who runs this, who's brought this race back, who brought back the Colonial Cup from a very precarious position and is now doing a great job. Thank you, Toby.
Tom, thank you. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for coming out. A little parky this morning, but typical South Carolina November day, I think. So in 1970, Marion DuPont Scott had a vision to place Camden and Springdale Racecourse on the map internationally with the inaugural running of the Colonial Cup International Steeplechase Race. We at the Carolina Cup Racing Association are excited to announce that we are bringing that vision back to Camden on November the 17th in 2024 with the 49th running of the Colonial Cup races presented by Mullican Law. The race will be run as a Grade 1 $150,000 stake race, which will attract not only the best horses across the US, but possibly from across the world. Springdale Racecourse, Camden, Kershaw County and South Carolina will deservedly be back on the world stage. Since that first race held here in November of 1970, 24 horses that won that year's Colonial Cup went on to be the Eclipse Award winner and crowned champion steeplechase horse in North America. So we look forward to partnering not only with the citizens and businesses of Camden and Kershaw County, but of South Carolina to showcase Springdale Racecourse as a world-class racing destination. So thank you all for coming today. Mayor Drakeford.
Thank you. I don't need to say anything. You said everything that I was going to say. Good morning and welcome. I am so excited to hear of the grand return of our much-loved Colonial Cup race here in Camden next November. Wish it was, well, this is the last day of November, so it can't be this November, but we're looking forward to that. You will remember that this race was known nationwide as the race of champions, as was said. But the Colonial Cup was also cherished by our local residents as a family tradition that fostered a sense of community pride. I can remember seeing the silver, the chandeliers, and everything on display during the Colonial Cup. So please know that the city of Camden is supportive and embrace the return of the Colonial Cup. And once again, it will bring visitors from all over the nation, not just Kershaw County, Columbia, and the world, who may experience the unique character of all that Camden has to offer. So thank you so much. And again, we are totally excited and looking forward to this event, November 17th, 2024. Thank you.
Good morning. Thank you for being here. It's a beautiful morning, and it is a beautiful day in Kershaw County as well. Kershaw County is very excited. My name is Katie Gwynn, Chair of Kershaw County Council, and we are very excited to be a part of this bringing back of the Colonial Cup in November. Our community now have 2 races to attend, spring and fall, and that is awesome. This takes a partnership from the city, the Carolina Cup Racing Association, the board, the county, and the state level to bring this back. It was kind of assumed that things like this just happen, and it doesn't. It takes a lot of hard work. I want to thank Tom and Virginia Ann Mulliken for their role they play in it too. So what can you do to support this event? Come to the race November 17th, 2024, and bring your family, bring 10 people, volunteer. Come to Kershaw County, come to the race, and have a good time, have fun. We are so excited to have this race back, and we're so excited to see you next November. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Representative Ben Connell, born and bred in Kershaw County. I used to come to these races growing up and had fond memories. I'm glad that the chairwoman and the mayor mentioned how these are family events. They're outstanding, and I'm glad, actually thrilled, that we're bringing back the Colonial Cup. It was sad not having it for a couple to few years, particularly with COVID coming through. Chairman Mulliken mentioned that there's a $2 billion impact in the state. This is going to have a significant impact for Kershaw County. As the mayor said, people are going to come from all over and come see what Kershaw County has to offer. In my time at the State House, mentioning to fellow representatives that the state actually owns this property, no one really knew. They always thought that it was privately owned. This is state of South Carolina property right here, and it needs to be the gem of South Carolina. We've been investing from the state level in this property, and we look forward to continuing that in the future, and are so excited to have this come back. From the entire Kershaw County delegation, I share my congratulations and excitement for the Colonial Cup returning to Kershaw County. Thank you.
Okay, why don't you come back up here, Toby, in case we get any hard questions. Any questions? Even brought out a few horses for you. Anybody going to ride?
Well, we've got 3 horses out here. Kate Dalton, who is a board member of the Carolina Cup Racing Association and is a year-round resident here and trains her horses on Springdale Racecourse. Kate is riding Met in Miami. Met in Miami won here in the spring, and we look forward to hopefully seeing Met in Miami back here next spring, possibly in the Carolina Cup. Then behind her, John Rothell is riding a young thoroughbred gelding who's starting out his career steeplechasing, and quite possibly we might see him here in the spring. Finally behind that is my daughter, Eliza Edwards. She is riding Sight. Sight is a graded stakes winner of close to $300,000. And Sight and Eliza hopefully will be partnering together in racing on the circuit this spring as well. So we're excited to to have horses like that, of that quality, training around this race course on a yearly basis.
Can you expand a little bit more on the race itself and its history of first coming here to the track and coming back again?
So the Colonial Cup has a rich tradition, although it is only we will be running the 49th. It rolled out in 1970 as the richest steeplechase race in the world. It had a significant impact on steeplechasing throughout the world, and in that first race, numerous countries were represented: England, Ireland, France, Australia, New Zealand, Germany, and it has continued that tradition. It has become a race that owners and trainers and jockeys want to win. Calling it the Super Bowl of steeplechasing is exactly what it deserves. It will bring the best horses to Camden in the fall every year to compete on what is considered the best and fairest race course in North America. And as I said earlier, 24 times the horse that won that race then went on to be crowned the Eclipse Award winner and national steeplechase champion in North America. So it has huge significance. The horsemen have really missed it. They are tremendously excited that we're bringing this race back and to come back to Camden in the fall and bring their best horses and may the best horse win over again what is one of the fairest race courses out there.
You've had the Carolina Cup, running several years. There's a nice economic impact with that. Can you talk a bit about the impact and projection you're looking for as far as tourism and businesses, etc.?
Yes, the Carolina Cup has stamped itself in that place in the state. South Carolina's largest outdoor cocktail party, 40,000 people out here, one of the largest one-day events in the state, and we are looking to build the Colonial Cup and bring it up to that level, to bring people to Camden and to Kershaw County from not just across the state, not just from North America, but from across the world, and showcase Camden and everything, the wonderful things that the city and the county have to offer, and to make people aware of what a fabulous facility Springdale Racecourse is.
Can you, for those people who are not familiar with steeplechase racing,
great question,
and only familiar with thoroughbred, can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so a steeplechase horse is a thoroughbred. Most of these horses started their careers as flat horses, running in races that you're all familiar with, like the Kentucky Derby. As they have got older, they have transitioned over to steeplechasing and will race as late as 9 and 10. Sight that Eliza on is an 11-year-old. He's still got plenty of miles left on him. So it gives horses a life after their flat career, and unlike flat racing, it's steeplechasing. It's jumping jumps. The races are over a longer distance, and they are all held on a grass surface. Steeplechase races go from 2 miles up all the way up to 3 or 3.5 miles. So longer distance, more stamina, less speed.
Talk about the history of the steeplechase. Going steeple to steeple.
Yeah. Well, they give quick history of the reason why it's called steeplechase. Goes back to two Irishmen who were arguing about who had the best horse. They were probably in O'Connell's pub having a whiskey, and they walked out and they looked at each other and they looked across in the distance and they could see the steeple of the church of the next door village, and they agreed that they would race from where they were standing outside that pub by that village's church steeple to the other steeple, and from there steeplechasing was born.
Church to church here in the Bible Belt of the United States.
There you go.
There's been some criticism of thoroughbred racing. There's been several injuries over the past few years, and I'm just wondering, what is the preventative measures, and what kind of injuries, or you said they're older in their careers?
So that's a very valid question. We take the health, safety, and welfare of the racehorse. It's at the top priority for us. The horses go through a thorough veterinary examination from 3 independent vets before they race on race day. We have 2 fully equipped equivalent ICU equine ambulances on site on race day, stationed out on the race course. to assist with a horse who may be injured. Steeplechase racing by its nature is a dangerous sport, particularly for the jockeys. But I would add that you're on the back of a 1,200-pound horse, and you can't make him do it. He's doing it because he has been bred into his genes to be competitive and to race against other horses. But we take that health and safety of the horse paramount from year-round turf maintenance. We have just installed a state-of-the-art irrigation system out here at Springdale Racecourse, and measures like that. We continue to do everything we can to ensure that the horse has the safest surface possible to compete over.
You mentioned like being excited about the jockeys coming back. Like, have you talked to anyone in particular that missed this event and what they said the most about having it back now?
Yes, I was racing a couple of weeks ago down in Charleston, and at the end of the day, I walked into the jockeys' quarters just to ask them how the day went, and they know that that I'm the executive director here, and they all were delighted that they were going to get an opportunity to race here. Some of the younger jockeys have not had that opportunity in their career because the Colonial Cup has not run. So they're tremendously excited to come back. Springdale is a big open galloping track. It allows for very fair racing, and it is seldom that the best horse doesn't win. It gives jockeys a great opportunity to showcase their talents and to win some major prize money. Anybody else?
Thanks everybody for coming out. Let's go racing.
Yes.
Several of you with the horses behind you.
Yeah.
Could we do that over here?
Yeah.
That's all.
It's good for photos. Stage has,
Stage sheds, okay.
possibly.